Okay. I am starting a new segment in which I call Not AI. I have a feeling that this AI world is gone a little too far. I don't like where it's going, and I have a feeling that all the stuff that I learned to get to be an architect, to get me there, is going to go away. And I want to record this not for me, but for my daughter, my family, to understand how I got to where I got. Because I have a feeling that if this AI keeps up, it's just gonna ruin everybody's creativity. The soul of the architect is gonna be pulled out, and it's just gonna be some AI telling you what to do, what to draw. Unfortunately, this is the way we're going, and I do have an understanding of what is happening, but I do want to record this not for myself, but for my family, specifically my daughter. So when I was growing up, immediately in high school, they were teaching us how to do hand drawings. And one of the tools that they gave us right off the bat was this here. This is known as a pencil. It's a clutch pencil. The way it works is that it's like a mechanical pencil, but it has room for one piece of lead at a time. And when you place the lead in, there's a little, what looks to be like a clasp that pops out and allows you to reduce the lead as you need it in order for you to draw. And this is what we used to draw, right? We didn't have line weights as fine as they are now in AutoCAD and ArchiCAD and all the other CAD products, which are now being taken over by AI. So we drew softly, we drew hard, and it really depended on how hard you pressed on the lead. And these points right here were created in two ways. So as you worked, you were taught to turn the pen. You see this almost like sandpaper metal etching on this. You're taught to turn it. So as you turn it, so it keeps the point and the line the same weight. Slowly, right? And I have lost touch on this. Now, if you wanted to sharpen it, these were used to sharpen. There's that, and then there's another one. And you'll see this brand here, Stadler. All right, same deal. Sharpen or blunten. If you want this blunt, scrape away. And then your line thickness or the weight of the line would change. Right? You want it sharper. So as you sharpen, you turn the lead as well. There we go. Finer points, blunter. Now, these do come with a sharpener mechanism. It's not a typical sharpener like this, right? This one here has slots for wood pencils. Same with this one. All of these are the same brand, Stadler. So, if you want, with this pencil sharpener, if you want a blunt point or a fine point, you would select which one here, and that's what these holes are for, right? So you press the clutch, pull out enough lead so that you can put this in, and as soon as it stops, see how it stops? Then you press the clutch again, bring it down. That's how much lead you would need to sharpen. Place it in here, and then you rotate. And you can hear it grinding away. And when you can feel that it's no longer sharpening, then you pull it out. But you'll notice that a little bit of dust is left on there. To get rid of that dust, these sharpeners come with what looks to be like a cotton pad, and you just place it in there, turn it, done. No more dust. Now, if you wanted a finer point, you would select the other one, right? I don't know if you can see these little mechanisms that are on this. Here we go. You can kind of see them there. This one versus that one. See that? Kind of hard to see, but okay, same deal. If you wanted this one, same deal. You press the clutch, let out enough lead, place the lead in there. As soon as it stops, press the clutch, press down on the pen, opens the clutch, release it. Now you know exactly how much you need. Place the pencil back in there and turn, and you can hear it grinding away until it stops. Now you get a fine point. Place it in there, remove all the dust. And here we go. Okay. This collects the cut points, and it collects it, and this is useful if you want to use the shavings for art. And here you can see in here how this works. This rotates. I mean, this doesn't rotate. It's actually solid. It won't rotate at all. The top rotates, and there are very fine metal grinding grooves down here that give you that sharp point. But eventually this thing fills up with the dust, and again, you can use it for coloring, painting. You can see that there, so it's very handy. And like I said, nowadays everything's CAD. It's unfortunate you don't see very many hand-drawn drawings, including mine. It's very rare that I do step outside the box and do a hand drawing. I can and I will, and I have the table and all that stuff to do it. But so here you can take these points and get them as fine as you want. There are different types of lead, and they're sold separately. There's all sorts of leads that you can use. So this one here is a H 2mm, and then this one here is a 4 2mm. So very, very handy stuff. And again, I think this stuff's going to go bye-bye because of AI and all the other nastiness that's out there. So for this, there's that. And then you're probably wondering, how do we erase all this? Since there's no eraser on this, which is fine because you have these erasers, right? Erase there, you can erase this, whatever. And then we had this eraser template, very handy when we had our architecture schools teaching us how to use this. And these came in very handy because when you did make a mistake, you were erasing a lot. And it made you think twice about your drawing. You didn't just draw a line to see what it looked like we do now. In AutoCAD, you thought about your drawings. Drawings were much better. Architects were much better, I think, personally, with their craft, because everything was thought out, because mistakes cost time. So you might be wondering what these little dots are. If you've seen dotted lines on AutoCAD generated drawings, this is what we had to do in the past, is we would lay this down here, and each one of these dots would provide what we call dashed lines. See, very hard to see this one, but you can see it creates dotted lines. And there's a number of these here, little different shapes and stuff. So if you just wanted to erase a certain portion of a line or something that you just needed a little bit, right? So you line it up, you line the eraser template up, and you erase just what you need. Very handy. Now, all this requires cleanup. And we did that with a brush. Yep. Take this and just brush it off your table. To the bottom, usually a collection bin or something, right? So there it goes. So that's it. We started with this sharpener, erasers, templates, leads, another eraser here. And that's what we used. That's how we started. We started with basic stuff. And then we got into shapes and other measuring units and tables and stuff. So I'm just going to start with that. Here's another version of that clutch. Right? This is usually used when your pencils are getting small, or pens or crayons or colors. Not crayons, but these guys here. So same idea. This is how we started. It's sad to see, what's happening now. The AutoCAD and the AI is just making designs terrible. If you ask me, you look around your world and you wonder why everything is a box. All this artistic stuff is gone. It's gone. So this is a series I'm going to do, and I'll continue doing it for some time until I run out of my tools. And I still have all my tools that I got from high school, got from college, and that we utilized 25 years ago. So I'll keep them and show you what we used to do. All right.